So going back to the information that we shared last week, Harrison, we have Gemini and Notebook LM today, right? We have ChatGPT account that is available for all to use. So after you listen to what Harrison says, how to use the Gemini functions, you can creatively use it in Gmail, Google Drive, Google Sheet, Docs, all the Google platform, all 21 web apps that you already have, including YouTube, can be applied. So, Harrison, it's all yours.
All right, everyone. So, yeah, great segue into a marketing conversation. It seemed like that was a topic that you guys were discussing just a short while ago. And it's true. If you guys are salesmen, then marketing goes hand in hand. And unfortunately, in this generation, marketing is social media. You guys might not care about posting on social media, but if you spend most of your time on social media, you know that it is a powerful tool and it does reach out to the consumers in a pretty engaging way. And so this is something that you guys will have to get familiar with, but because of the AI revolution, that process has been expedited exponentially. And so there's there's very little heavy lifting on your guys' end. There might be some homework, or in the beginning process, there might be things to set up. But again, the AI is set up in a way where once you have it up and running, it should continue to do what you want it to do. And so Peter mentioned that we're going to be talking about Gemini. I'm going to be using Gemini as a resource as well as ChatGPT for this educational video. But if anything, I can maybe post another video later on that shows the whole scope of what Gemini can do and its features. For the time being, let me share my screen as well as share a link for you guys. Let me know if you guys can see what I'm seeing. Perfect. Let me also send you guys a link to the educational videos on YouTube. So this first link will be the Notebook LM, and the second link will be the one that I'm gonna go over currently. So all of us will receive Gemini notes after we partake in a meeting. This is automated as well if someone puts that setting on once the meeting starts. Most meetings, we should have Gemini transcribing our meetings for us. And so at the end of the meeting, we receive a meeting summary. You can go ahead and read through this if you want. ChatGPT also has the capability to summarize it for you, but we will be using this as one resource, ChatGPT as another resource, and a script. Now, this script is something that I'm providing for you guys. It's in both English and in Korean. We have it as the caption in the YouTube video, and so that will be available for you guys. Let me zoom in a bit and go over the general information within the script, and then we can get started with the actual ChatGPT processing. So it says here, hi, ChatGPT. Who are we? We are loan officers creating content for who? First-time home buyers. And for this example, we are going to be using Gemini meeting notes in PDF format. What do we want ChatGPT to create for us? Two things: Instagram threads and Instagram slides. Again, this can all be adjusted on your guys' end depending on what type of content you want to generate. We're asking it to make it client-friendly, educational, and simple. Add a strong hook, a call to action. This one here, we asked it to send or encourage the readers to send a DM. That can be adjusted on your guys' end. Something very similar for the Instagram slides, and we just kind of reiterate these same points. And so what you can do is simply copy and paste this into ChatGPT. And you can see here that I've also downloaded the meeting notes as a PDF and uploaded it as well. So here's the meeting notes PDF as well as the script. Now the script is, as I mentioned before, adjustable for anyone for your preference. This is just a good foundational start. But if I give you an example of Peter's, he has this written in a specific way, but what he had to do was inform ChatGPT how to write it that way. I like to use the analogy of making ramen. All of us know how to make ramen, but if we were standing next to each other, asked to make ramen, we would all make it completely differently, even though it's ramen. And so in that same way, you can tell ChatGPT to make ramen, but it might make it in a generic way. And so over time, you have to fine tune it, give it more input, more suggestions, and over time, it'll start to create the language in the way that you approve. And so we've input the PDF, we've given it the script, and it double checks what we requested from it, and it just starts to generate the content. We have Instagram thread 1, 2, 3, as well as Instagram slides, and it breaks it down even further into all different bullet points within the slides. It's also given us a caption to upload with it, as well as relevant hashtags. Now, we could push that even further. And so we approved the way that it gave us this format, both in Instagram and in slides or threads. And so once we say we like it, let's just talk about FHA loans now. Then it will just continue on doing that as well. And so as I mentioned in the beginning, you might have to feed it a couple things, but over time it'll learn quickly and it'll produce these things very rapidly. Continuing on further, and I'm just going through a conversation I had with it. And I said, all right, I like what you gave me. I want it in Korean now because the majority of you guys have a demographic in Korean. And so you can see that it also translates into Korean very quickly. And so quite simply, just from 3 resources, ChatGPT, Gemini meeting notes, and this script, we're able to generate content within minutes. Though we are using Gemini notes as this example, it could be any PDF, it could be images. You can even just copy and paste maybe a small portion from the Gemini notes if you want that to be the content's main focus. But it's highly versatile and, as I mentioned, very fast. So regarding the topics that I just went over, do we have any questions? If not, just to reiterate, the links have been set in the chat. I don't know if we have enough time to go over Notebook LM, so I'll just keep it to, I guess, the Gemini and ChatGPT for now. And within the caption for the ChatGPT content creation, I have here the script for you guys, the English version as well as the Korean version. And that is it.
So can you show us? Let's add one in. Let's keep the screen share on. Use the prompt. And any one of us, can you ask any topic that you want to know how the system works?
HOP 120.
Great, HOP 120. Let's see if Gemini is smart enough to find out what a HOP 120 is in California. Click the search button, please. Stop it, Harrison. Search once again with a search function.
I see. Okay.
So Gemini, okay, this is a GPT, all right? Let's see the difference, comparison of the Gemini and the GPT. So we can do side-by-side comparison, right? Is it a screen share or like a tap share?
It's a whole screen share.
Okay, can you do GPT on one side, Gemini on the other, and see what items, what functions we may have?
Yes.
Or how fast the processing works. Use a 2.5 for Gemini Advanced, please, for fair comparison. Can we do Pro, 2.5 Pro? It's a little bit longer, but it will give you more information.
Real quickly, guys, Peter and Harrison, I'm the technology deficient guy in the group. What's the difference between? Okay, I know ChatGPT. I've used it. I get it. Can you, in like a very few words, what is Gemini?
It's the same. They're just competing companies. So,
oh, okay.
Like going to Walmart or Target, they're just competing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know that Gemini Pro, is it free?
The version that we have is paid versions.
Mm.
The 2.0 is the free version that has a limit, daily limit. The Pro version that you can log in from your company email, it's unlimited. And 2.5 gives you a complex reasoning, creating videos, pictures, charts, graphs, whatever you want.
Sorry, guys. I think my computer froze.
You know what? Maybe I can show. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, my tabs are
What-
frozen.
It's okay, Harrison. I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
HOP
Hey,
120.
can someone share some links on how to leverage or get started with AI tools for those of us who are technology challenged?
I'm sorry. What was that question, Freddie? Could you repeat that one more time?
If you have any links, I don't expect you to put up a whole class for us to learn AI tools, but is there a link or something you can share where we can get familiar with the different tools you guys use?
Yeah, you know what? Let me see. And did you want a educational video on just general AI use, like ChatGPT, or specific to, I guess, giving tree lending?
I would say whatever tools there are that you guys are using for the business. For starters, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie, I can send you just some generic YouTube videos. We're currently building out the database for the educational content internally, so that might take some time. But in the meanwhile, I can definitely send you some instructional videos from YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you.
But in all honesty, I just talk to ChatGPT like it's my friend. There's no like specific way of speaking to it. It's a learning curve, and so after you talk to it a couple of times, just random conversations, you just start to see how it responds to you and what it's capable of. And so, though I may not use it for every single thing, it does accommodate for, I would say, like 80% of my critical thinking now.
Thank you.
Like for example, if I don't want to go grocery shopping and I have a bunch of food in the fridge, but I don't know what to make out of it, I just tell it like, hey, I have these ingredients. Give me like 10 foods I can make out of it. So small things like that, it's super helpful too.
So I'm doing a same prompt left and the right. So the language model, the LM, Gemini, and the GPT is communicating differently, searching different channels. But ultimately, what I want to see is a bullet point, a check, and a chart. So this is what we have. So we all have the underwriting guideline for HOP 120. You can go to the LHHD homepage, download the eligibility guideline, the 4-page one, and we can go back and forth. However, just searching through ChatGPT within 1 minute and 31 seconds, we were able to have this comparison chart, eligibility chart. And Gemini also gives the same. They're not as, pretty as a GPT, as a GPT is using more emojis. But if you have any questions, it will answer. Specific, the requirements, how much of a down payment you need, your borrower contribution cost, the eligibility, funding timeline, and etc. And it gives you a cap too. Who needs it, why they need it, and comparison with a KLHFA and GSFA, the other down payment system program. So ever since this GPT and Gemini, let's say I like the content on GPT. I'm going to copy and paste from GPT. This is from ChatGPT. Do it better, make it prettier, make it professional, so I can use towards a buyer seminar. So you are creating your own persona and teaching the AI who you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going to use the content to. So I could write, let's say on the GPT, I can say, I'm going to send an email to realtors who has listing in those cities with HOP 120 eligibility. Give me a draft email copy. So now Gemini is getting better using the information from GPT. And I'm also going to ask Gemini the same question. I'm going to email the realtors, listing agents about this program. Give me an email draft with call to action. So this is where we begin. We don't have to wander around where to begin, who to talk to. It gives why we have to send it to the agent who has a listing or has a buyers within the eligibilities. And we can encourage them to contact us to collaborate, either to create a marketing flyers or Threads, Instagram, or YouTube, videos together. We could also give them an MLS update showing why the home prices are dropping in this location. How can we, loan officers, compare with these buyers to bring down the monthly payment so we can put an offer in today? So you pick and choose which one you like, left and right. And then, you can always edit it. If you don't like the language, you can also say, make it natural. You sound too, let's take out as much AI language as possible. Minimize the emojis. Like Harrison said, as if you're telling your friend, as if you're asking a marketing director, as if you are sharing your the insights to other loan officers or colleagues. Really share as much as possible. System will pick it up and help you to create what you really want to do. So it's writing things down and telling us how this can be done. Same with Gemini. So this is where we begin. Back in the days, when we didn't know what kind of a topic to use, when we didn't know where to begin, we had to hire somebody, or we have to pay for a webinar, seminar, or go to a different meetings to get an idea. We had to go to broker open meetings. We had to go to, the expos, mortgage expos, to learn different loan products. We don't have to do that anymore since this came out. We can download the underwriting guideline from their homepage, educate the LMs, either Gemini or GPT, and ask them to repurpose all this information. And I can come back and say, hey, I'm going to make a flyer. Can you team up with Canva and give me what I can prepare? And I shared this with other team last time. So I'm going to copy and paste the HOP 120. And if you had to present it to somewhere else, use Gamma, put it in, and click generate. Within minutes, you'll be receiving all these outlines, PowerPoint outlines, what information you need to use. You don't have to type a single word. And then click generate. But before you do so, you can create the theme, AI images, dial 3, or I can use the Pro version and generate. I just want to show you how fast we can create a presentable slideshows under 5 minutes. I can guarantee you guys that we can save about 99% of the time and energy we were using before. 99%.
Now, Peter, for Gamma though, if we don't have a paid version, it limits us to only 10 slides, correct?
I think so.
Okay. And
But this is like 100 something per year.
oh,
It's an
okay.
investment. It's not much. It's like same as GPT. GPT is about $20 a month, right? This is cheap. It's as cheap as the Loom. If you are encouraging working with the realtors, I think $20 a month is an investment. It's maybe 2-3 cups of coffee a month. And all these income limit calculations, guidelines, checklists are already in there. All the eligibility participating cities are written down. Actually, the content is better than I thought, so I'm going to make a slideshow and make a YouTube video out of this later this week.
And so you could see that the only work Peter did was typed into Gemini or ChatGPT, what is HOP 120 in California? And so
Yes, this is my
whole slideshow was made.
This is all I did. HOP 120, the pronoun, and what I wanted. And then copy and paste into Gamma. Right? So practice makes perfect. You have to try. You have to set a goal, either 5 slideshows a week or possibly 2 slideshows a day. Set a specific goal that you can measure yourself and then compare whether you have successfully done it or not. Don't create unreasonable, impossible deals like, creating 100 slides or 150 slides. That's impossible. But maybe 1 slide a day, 1 posting a day. So this may lead into Instagram threads or TikTok or X, the former Twitter, and then repurpose the same content into multiple platforms. And if you like what this one looks like, then you turn on the Loom and record. And then give it a try. And we have Elia and Harrison and Chi who can help us to get there with edited content so that we can share with links, possibly. I think sharing a link is more impactful than sending screenshots. A YouTube link or Instagram link talking about the concept or information is going to deliver further. As long as you're recognized, your face is recognized or your voice is recognized, that's a different beginning. That's a different start. So I highly recommend you guys to do YouTube and post something like, the reason why you work or why you're working or what is your intent. Why don't you send an email application and this link at the same time? Then you don't have to, connect your voice to the face. You can indirectly reach out as many people as possible with the system. Any questions?
Yeah, Peter. Last week you had mentioned something about the work or the use of implementation of Gemini through our closing and reaching out to our borrowers at closing and so on.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that?
So we are informing the Gemini when we maybe Chi can give you a better explanation about this. But after each closing, our system and Chi is reaching out to the loan applicant review links, company leads or Google or Yelp leads, so that they can keep track of like where they're going to leave the comments or the reviews at. There could be one. You can do it manually, one by one, or you can ask Chi to send out these emails for you on your behalf, or you can create an email saying, I have loan docs releasing today, expecting to close on May 5th. Monday. I want the applicants, let's say agents, listing agents, to know how fast I worked and how I can help their buyers in the future. So we can all experience GTL style closing. Starting date was, let's just use a hypothetically 4/21. Give me an email draft and text message. That's it. So you have to give them the basic fundamental ideas and the concept keys so that this Gemini can work for you. And Harrison, if you don't mind, let's post the Notebook LM video in the group chat after this meeting. But why don't we have a separate meeting next Tuesday just about Notebook LM? Notebook LM is another AI within the Google platform, helps you to create these. You don't have to make it happen. You can just copy and paste from like 20 different sources and you can make one. You can make someone else's content into yours. That's the powerful key uses that you can have with this Gemini. So you can basically copy and paste and send out, or you can export it to Google Docs, or you can copy. However you want to do with this content, you can do it. And this is the text message. And you can say listing agent name is Peter. Revise. And property address, Westchester Place, Fullerton. Chi, please, or Harrison, please blur out the name or the address. Something like this. My name. So I'm just basically filling out what's in the parentheses. Revise the email too. So you can see escrow, title, whomever that you want to send this. So you don't make, you don't spend 5-10 minutes to write an email. All this can be done under a minute. But answering the questions correctly will give you the content that you like. So you may question after like a 1 week, maybe 2 weeks of usage, you may come back and say, Gemini is not as smart as I thought. But Gemini is like, training a new employee. You have to give them benefit of doubt and explain to them from the bottom to the top, layer to the layer, so that it picks up where you left off later on. It needs patience, it needs education, it needs some build out, so that later on, when you ask a simple question, one-line question, it can give you extensive charts and videos and content. You have to feed enough information in the beginning. My GPT or Gemini may be different than yours. It's because I've been using it for more than a month now. GPT for more than a year. But there's no other better things out there that is as cheap as this, can provide you all these possible options within minutes. Anyone else? Oh, GPT and Gemini both have cell phone apps. Highly encouraging you to install these cell phone apps so that you can have direct access to it. If a client texts you, complains you about your service, don't reply right away. copy and paste to Gemini, ask Gemini how to reply this complaint, email, text, or review. Then it will come back. It will give you an idea where to begin with. Good thing about them is, as they don't get involved with any emotional aspect, it can be divided into very easy checklists. Anyone else?
Yeah, Peter, going off what you said, I first used ChatGPT to create emails for me where the people were mean, and I just did not know how to respond back in a nice way after they were mean to me. And so, like Peter said, ChatGPT is unemotional, so you can just have it do all that for you.
Well, if you have any specific questions after using the Gemini or any content that you see, please feel out to reach out to Harrison. Harrison, in the chat, can you leave your email and phone number? So if one of our team members has question, then they can reach out to you. Next week, it will be Notebook LM. Notebook LM 2. Let's also extend a little bit more how to use Gmail app, effectively using Gemini. Reading unread emails, writing the prompt emails on your behalf, replying automatically when you're off, those kind of stuff. And those settings and the output can be done within 5 minutes. It's not a rocket science anymore. So also work on the, Harrison, let's add email prompt. So you don't have to rewrite everything. Write down the email, change the pronouns, and send out. And you can do to 5,000 emails within minutes as well. But you have to have a strong foundation, strong setup in the beginning so that you can continue to do it every single day. Thank you for hopping on, everyone. Have a great week and see you all next week. Bye.